She's a Magus. Magus don't need, like, cranked up spell power right off the gate. And it was only 20 point buy, remember?
Go take something out of the oven.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay. I was thinking caster level. Okay.
Da-da-da-da-da. Int charisma in place of dex mod. Whichever's higher. Okay, so go ahead and roll me a d6 plus 3.
D6. 3? Like that?
No.
1d6 plus 3.
I have no idea how to do that. I haven't had to do this
same.
yet.
So you're gonna type in the bracket, then 1d6 plus 3, and then you're gonna close it with the other bracket.
Like that?
And ta-da! You've smacked it with one of the small items that are on the ground near the skeleton for 8 damage.
Yay.
It was a wrist bone.
Basically.
Nice
There's a bunch of small scattered bones at the bottom, yeah. Dolgus went to go get his pot pie and is probably going to continue to run. This one did not take too kindly to that. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. No, you are the smaller of the two. I can actually do something to you.
Yeah, but Gochin hit it.
This is true. And it's going to fly up to here. No, Gochin did not hit it.
Gochin, why didn't you hit it?
It is going to try to claw you.
Oh, this is where Ava probably dies. This is Gochin's fault.
It's really not.
This is just straight Gochin's fault. Everybody run away from the big things that are going to kill small squishy me. Gochin runs away first. Raw.
Let's see. This isn't gonna kill you. It's just gonna miss.
She gets grappled. 8 will miss, actually.
Yep.
For once.
Sylph! Seems the birds have come back in town.
Yes.
Birds back town.
Oh, that's 55 feet. Wow. Screw it, I got health. I'm gonna take a step forward and shoot my gun at that guy.
Alright. Fire when ready.
Ooh.
Boom! With a cacophonous sound, you fire your gun and put a bullet right into the side of that bird, and it squawks angrily at you.
Don't you touch my Ava!
This one is busy. This one wasn't too keen on it either. I'm gonna fly up closer. Gochin, you get an attack of opportunity. As you smush the burb.
Smush the burb. Its egg sac explodes in your face.
Ava.
Or Ava is covered.
Ava's not having a good time.
Don't worry, Ava, I got you.
5 foot step back. And acid splash.
Oh, step up.
Oh, the last one didn't.
I know. I'm messing with you.
He's got 6 feet to step with.
He does have 6 feet to step with. You have a +1 bonus to that?
Yeah.
Legitimately.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm checking.
you probably have an acid flask. On.
She does have acid flasks for days.
I mean,
Mhm.
technically yes, but I
Just
had
acid flask gives
hero
you
is a
+1.
problem.
It
Minus
would be
1 for
Inspire
both of us.
It'd be
Yeah,
Inspire
it was-
Courage, probably.
It was Inspire that was still on.
Okay, I'll
Oh,
take
yeah.
one of those points away and let's
Record,
mark off.
I
Wait, also,
Oh,
if you
don't know
have
if
an
I
acid
took my last
flask.
turn or not, but Dolgus keeps on going.
Yeah, if you have acid flask as a divine focus, or not divine, as a focus, it'd give you +1 damage as well.
Yeah, it
Do you
doesn't
wanna-
consume it. It's just a focus.
It doesn't consume it.
Nope.
No, if it's a focus, it doesn't consume.
Then I
that's
will
a
leave
good
the point.
Yeah. Same thing for Alchemist Fire and Scorching Ray.
Trust me, I have built a cantrip cannon, and I can get it up to doing like 1d4 plus 6,
Gotchin.
which is not bad, actually.
Let me see. Is this guy in range? Okay. I'm gonna. Actually, no. I'm gonna drop my weapon just to make sure I can. I miss this guy, and I'll go full attack or full ape on him. Oh, jeez, and I would crit.
I mean, if you're gonna go full ape on him, just making paste with the first attack, and then you crit it. Because Ava called you a dumb oaf.
And then I'll 5 foot forward for when that other one comes around.
So yeah, these two things just came up and tried to bother Ava, but none of them landed a hit. And Gochin comes up and smears 2 of them across the ground. Darlin.
I'm gonna stay here for a moment. Just hold tight.
Okay.
You hear 2 squawks of death, and you're like, "Oh, I think." we
Gochin,
have
are
it."
you intending on standing at that vantage point?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to ask you to do this. Give me an attack of opportunity.
Because they're just gonna keep trying to run past you. Because you're too big.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be the first attack on this one.
With 19 points of damage, you easily squish the other as it runs up to you. These spiders do not pursue you as you've not disturbed their webs.
As I bite them, probably Ethan is thinking, "Oh, that's what they wanted to do to you."
Yeah.
But the griffs are relative non-threat, as the third one eventually will fly in, and Ava will be able to watch Gochin just do what Gochin does and squish a target.
I'm eating them so I can take their power.
Let's see. Well, I mean, they're not poisonous or venomous, so congratulations. It's a bit greasy and a bit stringy.
We
Does
win.
he accidentally eat an egg and impregnate himself?
No.
Do I gain the egg empowerment?
No.
That would be hilarious.
It'd be so weird.
He decides to impregnate the bard and be like, hey.
This is going to some
Big
weird
ol'
territory.
level up,
And,
level up.
we're just gonna move on.
Gochin's been
Are
fertilized.
you guys? Are you guys going the route that you came at this point?
Yeah, we probably should.
I mean, we got an injured
Taking
person.
care of the problem, it might be worth it to at least investigate.
Well, just
But what if there's more things that are worse in there?
Oh, it's just spiders.
Then you'll handle
Oh
it.
god, there he goes again.
I'll come back with Rowdy.
He's like, "Don't worry, I'll bring him to you."
Be right back, guys. I'll relay everything.
Oh boy.
I could
I
just see it like if this was an anime, he's always running with enemies behind him.
Okay, Ava, when he gets eaten, can I have his shit?
I'll pick my axe back up.
Some of it.
Alright. So figure we could sell it as, anti-monster
Ooh,
deterrent.
there's a bridge over here, guys. And spiders.
And
So many
spooters.
spiders.
Yes, but we can't see the spiders, so we don't know if we believe it.
Can I throw a fire thingy on these webs? And just whoosh?
An alchemist fire?
Yeah.
You don't believe so.
Okay.
Mostly because of the fact that an alchemist fire acts when you hit a thing. So you'd have to target a spider.
Hit a spider with it. Fuck it.
Yep, spiders.
Channel
YOLO
your
that
LeBron.
That was the reason why Douglas ran. I mean, spiders in their webs. I mean, those are some pretty big webs. There's probably bigger
Mhm.
spiders in there.
And they are all over this chamber.
We just
Uh,
I
safely
have the hole
walk
plugged.
through.
This is a 1 second.
Oh wait,
So tangles of thick webbing fill the ravine here at the eastern edge of this cavern, and this flat slab of dark gray stone kind of forms the bridge across the ravine. Oh, you're just going in the center. Okay. Go ahead and roll for initiative. I
That's
guess.
the sound of screwing up.
Oh, you're just going in the center. I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, okay. Everyone roll for initiative again.
Woohoo!
I have a stain because Douglas isn't there.
That's fine. That's,
Ava was ready
Dolgus
for
is
this.
like, I thought we were running. And he's just sitting there
right.
waiting.
Dolgus is gonna be at the beginning of the entrance, just kind of like doing the whole Roadrunner thing, just like slapping his foot on the ground, like, okay, where are you?
Mhm.
All
Let's
this
see.
dust just bellows out of the entrance. We're just like, oh god, we made it.
Oh wait, these are 4.
Oh,
That's
the spooters noticed me, guys.
No,
Yeah,
you weren't
they
there.
Now
sure did.
imagine if I had cast Cheetah Sprint on myself for times 10 run speed.
I know, right?
I blame Ava for this.
This is your
wanna
fault.
See me run to that mountain and
you
back? Wanna
you
see me
said
do
let's
that?
check this out.
Ava
Knowing
didn't say run into the middle of the fucking floor.
you said it to Sylph. He's-
It is
She
your
said it to
turn.
Gochin.
you spoke. That's the problem.
And that's why Gochin's just plugging the hole right now.
Ava, it is your turn. What do you want to do? You hear Sylph go, spiders!
Gochin, it's probably best if we help the idiot out.
This is
Oh,
what
yes.
Evan and Ava only believe they're the other intelligent party member.
Why they are correct in assuming they are the only. Okay, so these are the spider nests.
That was
No,
bird
they're
nest.
not.
Those are
No.
the bird nests.
The spiders are
Bird
up
nests.
this way.
Okay. I see spiders
Here,
over
I'll put
here.
I'll put a little color on them so
Oh.
that way you can see them.
Oh, that I forgot. My
Yeah.
leg's behind me.
Okay, so that was 25, 30, and we'll do acid splash.
On who?
Red spider.
Red Spooter receives 4 points of damage. Oh wait, no, 10 versus touch. Ooh,
Yeah.
That probably isn't gonna hit actually.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, if they have any decks.
Lots of decks actually. That's why they have +4 to their initiative.
Probably with dex of like 14, or a touch of 14.
Touch of 14.
Yep. All right, Gochin, it's up to you.
Spooter Pink. It's going to jump at Sylph. And
Bring it
bite.
on.
I doubt I'm gonna hit, but in the event. Oh! I think I hit.
Oh,
Still, you take 1 point of damage.
If it's 1 point of damage, there might be some other poison effect.
I want you to give me a fortitude save.
Yep, there it is.
Oh god!
They're spiders. What do you expect?
Ah!
Oh no, Sylph, why? Yeah, so I heard you like shadow rats.
Oh god!
You take 2 strength damage.
Oh no!
Oh.
Okay, hang on. How do I deduct to go to core page?
Core page. You just
Yep.
increase the penalty to negative, 2 more of what you're at.
So I go to mod and do -4? No. What do I do?
No. So there's penalty, right? Damage.
There we go. Penalty, so 2.
You make that number bigger.
Oh,
So
not
it's-
-2, so I go +2?
Yeah, no, so you just tick it down 2 more points.
There we go.
And not penalty, sorry. It's damage.
Oh, okay.
So you're at -2 damage right now.
And I'm
You
at
go
4.
down to -4.
Oh god. So I'm at 4 strength now.
Yeah, so once your damage equals your base, you're basically, like, unconscious.
Oh shit.
He's gonna die.
No!
Yep, they're
Got a
making them
volley.
They can wrap them. 8-legged going on here.
Bite saver.
Oh god.
Oh, wait. It can't possibly be that bad, guys.
It can for Ava if it's doing
I only rolled a
Miss.
7. Go, Chen. A
Oh,
spooter's
no,
in your
sorry.
reach.
Is he? Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I thought it might have been 15 today. Okay, so I'm gonna try to squick him.
You're gonna do 1 hit, multiple hits, 1 hit. Yeah. Smoosh.
And then I'm going to walk up to here.
Mhm.
Actually, I can't see past there, so I have to be here. Oh god, I have to be it. So okay, and then I'll yell over. Light source. I mean, Ethan, I need you.
I'm kind of stuck back here. You ran off without me.
Darlin, you hear the sounds of some sort of melee going on? You still have a guy in both hands.
I dropped the dead orc.
Alright.
How does our Vegas have a light source? What's her?
She has light.
She
Yeah.
has light.
I have light.
Gotcha.
She made her weapon glow.
Yeah.
I will put the other guy down on the ground as well and go. Try not to die.
He
Drop
kind of
him on his bad
nods.
shoulder.
Go do what you gotta do.
I forget. It's a standard action to light a torch, isn't it?
I do believe so, but he heard the call for light, so he just kind of makes you glow.
Oh, okay.
Go get him.
40 feet.
Whee! Sylph.
Okay. I am going to step back.
Alright, it gets a bite on you. as you've run away and it gets to bite you.
Oh
You
god.
want a full withdrawal, so you take no attack, but you can as far as
I'm guessing Sylph wants to attack back is the thing.
Yes.
4 does not hit you this time.
And I'm going
Are you
to
able-
shoot back at that little fucker.
Alright, go.
to get like to this.
By the way, I need you to give me another fortitude save at the top of your round.
Oh god.
Oh no!
Because
Oh!
Wolf is
persist.
melting. He's melting.
Yeah, you're slowly getting weaker there, guy. You take another point of strength damage
Oh no!
as
Still
you feel the
above you.
poison ticking in your veins. What are you shooting?
One second, let me reduce my strength more.
Himself.
Don't worry, you'll be okay.
I'm going to go in a Indian style position and line my barrel up with my chin. And then I'm gonna pull the trigger.
On who?
No, I'm gonna shoot the pink spider.
Pink spider? Alright.
I think
V,
it's more of a
Jesus
periwinkle.
Christ.
Ooh.
Fire!
The worst part, the one I'd be most worried about for you is this one.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, don't worry, he's gonna die from the poison before that happens.
Yeah, I might at least
Tries
take
to
one
move
down
up
with
you there,
me.
Gochin.
Mooch.
AOO.
Stands for ow.
Yeah, I know, that just smoosh.
Stands for ouch!
Evelyn.
Double move to catch up, I guess.
60 foot?
Alright.
One of these days, I'm gonna get my boots of springing
Yeah, I
and
can
striding.
see.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do much, but I can see.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone.
I'd rather the
Orange
rain
is gonna
happen
come
right
up
now.
and try to bite Sylph.
Leave me alone, spiders! Don't do it!
On the ground.
Oh my god!
No dice.
No, lucky.
Oh god!
It's okay, he still has to make a save on his nerd.
Green is gonna double move to you, but cannot bite
Oh,
you this round.
no.
There's a green one!
Ava. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many spiders!
This is a spider nest.
Green.
Oh,
Alright.
They got
12 does not touch.
Booty.
This one is dead. This one's also dead, and it is Gochin's turn.
Alright, I'm going to start cleave on.
That is 15 feet away. You do not have.
15.
Gochin, place your lips on the wound of my leg and suck the venom out.
That doesn't work.
And I didn't get the egg ability either, so I'm very disappointed.
Shit. You can't lay eggs or suck the venom out. What the fuck?
What are you doing there, Gochin?
I'm gonna cleave on him, and then I'll go to him after.
How? He's 15 feet from you.
He's 15? I
Yes.
have 10.
You've not moved your token, buddy.
But my token's right here.
Your token's right
and I can
here.
reach- Oh, that's weird.
No,
Is that-
Yeah,
I
it
see
shows
it in the
token
other
right
one.
here.
Yeah.
You're right here now?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alright.
You can
Alright,
view the
here it
broadcast for
goes.
reassurance if you need to.
Good. And I go to the next one. Oof.
Professional Vermin Slayer.
That's what I do.
That's what his title's gonna be after this.
See above his head, a vermin slayer.
Darlin. You see Gochin just smush some more spiders.
Oh, actually, and I should 5 foot up because
You needed to 5 foot over
oh no,
in
I was
order to
already
get to
there.
the square that you were at.
Oh no, I was already in the square.
I saw it otherwise on my screen, but you know, you're good. You don't have the 5-foot step. You're
Okay.
fine.
I move. That's it.
Sylph, give me another fortitude save.
Oh god.
You're fine.
Oh.
The poison seems to have made its way through your system, and you feel incredibly weak right now. Like, it is difficult to even move.
Ava,
Like,
please
your
don't
body
give me
weight.
any ideas.
Your body weight alone is, like, difficult to move. You have an effective strength of 3.
Okay, Saba. This is your conscience speaking. This is
Like,
your chance.
honestly, you should
Take
not
him
even
out.
be able to raise your gun.
As long as there's no more ooh shinies, I'll be fine.
Sylph, you're not looking so
Take him
good.
out now, Ava.
If you want to be a little bit stronger, here, take this crowbar.
Silp slowly reaches his arm up.
You can't even like put your full grasp on the crowbar. It just kind of like slips out of your fingers.
It's just like the weight of the bunker buster sword just drops to the ground.
This is your chance, Ava. Take the shot.
He might need to be like pulled out of the caverns.
Ava doesn't want to have to carry the body out or hide the evidence when people search this place.
Well, that's what the spiders are for.
Ava doesn't want the spiders to be a bigger issue.
Oh no, the
She just-
spiders be dead. He died gloriously in battle.
You guys are out there talking to everyone. What happened to Silv? Oh, he died, and hear echoes in the cave. I'm still alive! Please help!
So don't listen to him.
Very weak.
We can still hear him now.
Abandon all hope. We lost Phil.
Turned into a ghost.
No, you didn't! I'm still down here!
But yeah,
This
no,
ghost
there's a
still
bunch of
thinks
like
alive.
other smaller spiders in the nest and stuff, but they're like content to just do their thing.
They're content to not get squished. Because, you know, they're spiders. They're not stupid.
They're mindless.
Well, I mean, as long as they're not, those red spiders, yeah, it'll be alright.
And
They're not smart, but
congratulations.
they're survivalists.
You've well and truly now cleared the cave.
So whose
I can
shoulders do I
have-
ride on?
I can effectively say that now you can leave the cave, having slain every designated enemy.
I'm gonna tuck Sylph under my arm and like, okay, we're going this way this time.
We go back out. I will drag the dead orc, and I will carry Roddy, the traitor that he is.
As you exit, and like there's the Hope Spring there, you know, you can see on the other side that at this point Ruby and Cursed have kind of collected up with Omost and are asking questions. You can no longer hear the sounds of like combat going on. There's still like the crackling of fires that are still being put out, but at this current time, it seems that all has come to somewhat of a calm.
I will be right back.
Ruby would be the first to address you, and it's like, it seems that you've secured the armory and everything else that is lying within. She kind of looks down at the body you're dragging there, darling, and goes, "Is this our culprit?"
Something like that.
Hmm.
Apparently, him and Rowdy had a long conversation. So look at Rowdy all beaten and bruised.
He kind of nods. Damn near blew me half to smithereens. I passed out and he thought me dead. Not too far off, actually. Kind of still winces at, like, the jostling. And the spikes.
dwarf doesn't care.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
Dwarf's like, stop being a baby.
He hasn't complained. It's just like that instinctual wince kind of thing. He's trying not to let it show, but it definitely like shows on just expression wise. Well then, you all have done a great service for the city, and you all deserve rest. We all need it. We've got the rest of the guards cleaning up things as they were. What remnants of the orc hordes that were scattered about have either fled to the lands or are getting ready to be piled for mass burning.
Oh shit.
I thank you on behalf of Chernal. We'll go ahead and take a few days to get our bearings and figure out what exactly went down in all of this mess. If you have anything to contribute, feel free to let myself or Kirst know. We're through the worst of this, but I have suspicions that there is more than meets the eye to this raid that has taken place. She kind of looks at the orc still wearing the armor, just kind of shakes her head. Seems that we will need to redouble our trappings on the armory. In the morning, let us go over what you have found.
I drag the body off with me.
She nods. Cursed kind of would take Roddy from you and, nod, and, kind of say, thank you.
I still have Roddy's sword, by the way. I have not given it back.
He gets that,
Is the
You see that Cursed kind of, like, acknowledges that, raises an eyebrow, and, we'll talk about that later.
am I
He's
still
more
charmed?
content to just have his kid back. Yes.
Fuck. Okay.
He'll worry about it when he's strong enough to try to do something about it.
Who? Roddy or Curse? Because Curse was the one that, like, looked at the sword and was just, like, not as worried about it kind of thing.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Roddy.
No. Roddy's not really in a position to, like, make demands. Like, Cursed seems happy to see his kid, but he's also got that stern look of, like, you have some explaining to do. As per usual, there are rooms at the Ramble House for you, should you need accommodations. As Ruby said, we'll be in touch.
Eva said right there.
Yep. I just nodded. Dragged the dead orc with me.
You see the Deinonychus kind of had waiting for you guys there. The, fortune teller just kind of chuckles and nods as you all kind of make your way to the Ramble House. A night can be had to rest, relax. There is food. While the Ramble House received some charring, it is still at least in some decent, state, at least in its bones. It did seem like it got pillaged a bit, but food and, comfort can be brought together, as Cham Laringfast gives you guys no quibble at all. In fact, goes backwards and forwards to make sure that these purported heroes have just about any accommodation that she can come up with.
Ava's casting, spending her last Arcanist point so she can gain Keep Watch, and she's casting that on Gochin with the explicit command of Keep a Watch for enemies.
But what if I get tired?
You
won't.
won't.
Oh, we both say it at the same time.
Is there anything that you guys are doing amidst your rest?
Yeah.
You have a few things that you picked up from Screed and the like. The list of things that are there, but clearly, there are some items that you have managed to procure that have unique qualities to some degree. It's gonna be
Oh, there is a scroll we never identified.
1 second.
A while ago, I think.
There's a scroll that you need to identify?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, we got it with the other. It was part of a group of scrolls picked up at one point with cause fear, grease. I think remove fear. Some monster one
Why do I feel like that was the Plague House?
probably was. I'm just looking through scrolls for Ava to copy and saw that.
Do you have a scroll of knock in your list?
Yes, we do.
You do.
We have knock, summon swarm, barkskin, ghostbane dirge, grease, and summon monster one.
Oh, right, because I think you paid for, like, getting them ID'd.
Yeah, when we got donned our armor and all that, we spent a few coin on
Hold
some
portal?
shit.
Do not have hold portal.
Then it's hold. Yeah, you killed Doc Tony, so yeah. Hold portal. Alright, so outside of those three things, Screed seems to have a set of half plate on him, a pretty nifty belt, and the hammer. And Roddy tossed you his sword, which seems to have something interesting on it. Considering that you have the evening to spend on it and it's not in combat, Darlin, what do you get taking 20 on a blacksmith check?
1 sec. 31.
31. Easily enough, you can figure out that the hilt can actually be twisted in a manner where the geode pops free, completely untempered or altered. Inside seems to be some unique crystals.
I am back, and I have battled the hiccups.
Very good. I'm glad you have no longer got the hiccups. Let's see. Where did this go? There we go. This geode effectively has some rich violet and verdant emerald crystals that form glittering crystalline patterns on the inside. You can give me an appraise or knowledge dungeoneering check.
Well, I have neither of those. What about you, Ava?
Ava definitely has dungeoneering, and I believe she also has appraise. Yeah. She has both.
I will hold it out to you. Go ahead.
Is there one that would be more appropriate than the other?
They will give the same information.
All right. Praise it is. I hope that gets it.
This geode here is a spectacular pleochronic variety of tourmaline. The nearest known deposits of which lie in the Mindspin Mountains to the south and to the west. With that appraise check, you get the sense that there is something else to this. You can go ahead and give me either a geography or local check.
Go with local. 17.
This seems to elude your current knowledge of things, but there's something unique about this geode. Meanwhile, I'm guessing that you still have detect magic?
Yes.
Both the armor and the hammer radiate magic, and the hammer in particular damn near makes you, like, tumble over in how potent of an aura it is. Like, this is probably no, I'm sorry, this isn't a probably. This is the most magical piece of equipment you have ever seen in your life.
Ava's very tempted to tell the group that it's not magical and that she should just take it to
Darlin would have
So-
seen you tumble over.
Is this a philosopher's stone?
He doesn't have a good bluff.
never
Spellcraft to identify.
Starting with what?
We'll start with the
You got-
half plate magical?
The half plate, the belt, and the hammer are all
Okay.
magical.
We'll do that in that order. Half plate, belt, hammer.
Alright, half plate first.
24.
This here seems to be a unique set of armor that is effectively a +1 half plate, which will automatically resize to match the size of its wearer. Once per day, on command, the armor can bestow upon its wearer the effects of Righteous Might for 5 rounds. The wearer's alignment determines the DR gained from this ability, so if a good wearer is wearing it, it is DR5 evil. If an evil wearer wears it, it is DR5 good. And the wearer who is neither good nor evil chooses which DR to gain at the time of activating this ability, chosen once and cannot be changed. Its name you're not sure of, as it gives you the properties, not the history. Maybe somebody else in town knows of it. Doubtful that most do, but somebody might have some more intel on it.
Okay.
Now for the belt.
Belt. 19.
19. A fairly common and simple item. This is known as a heavy load belt. This is a wide leather belt that held together with 2 strands of oxen skin threaded through the holes at each end. The belt's wearer is effectively under the effects of the Ant Hall spell permanently. For newer players, that means that their strength is considered 8 higher when it comes to carrying things.
Incorrect. That is the muleback cords.
Oh,
Ant
right.
Ant Hall is tripling your hearing capacity.
That, you're right. Nope, you're 100% right. So whatever your current
Incorrect.
capacity...
Objection.
This is why it's good to have you guys around, because you guys can correct me when I'm, like,
Yeah, I was
mistaken of
about
mine.
to, but Andrew beat me to it.
Just, I'm not involved, so I'm not gonna say anything. You can change it if you want. It's my rule.
That's fair.
Yeah,
No,
they're thinking hot.
I mean, he
Interesting
did basically
GM
give me
choice on
a
that one.
old version of the Shingaso the Fortunate Soldier one, so you know, what's that?
I have done that, yeah. But yeah, that is the heavy load belt.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get this one, but I'll try. With the hammer.
do you happen to have identify?
I will tomorrow.
But not today.
Give me a Hail Mary for this this evening.
20.
This item boggles your mind.
All right. Well, next day we're doing identify.
And the morning comes to you if no one has anything in the night. Well, actually, there is one more piece of interesting note. You do find 2 other things, actually, I think, amongst magical loot.
Was the
Just
sword
bring
a
up the-
falchion?
Roddy's sword is a falcata.
God.
And it's a +1 weapon. It's nice, but it's not like...
Yeah, I took the
Revolution.
jet stone off. It's like that's just a sword now.
Yeah, it you know, it's not revolutionary. Aw.
That's still worth something because if we run into those rats again, we can have another person to do damage.
So let's see. Running down that list, all of the alchemical stuff is pretty common fare after some time. The True Love Locket is actually a magical item. It basically is status on somebody between 2 peoples. Which basically means that somebody now knows that Screed is dead.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
Oh well.
And it's lovers exclusive, so you know that he had a sweet something somewhere.
So now we know there's going to be some revenge on us at some point. Got it.
Maybe. Beyond that, there is a letter, a piece of paper. Since you're raiding his pockets. Get me Uskroth's hammer and rock. I want everything in the barrow, too. But I have to have the hammer and the rock. I think it looks like the rock I already have and showed you. I have to have both rocks to know the way to the giant killer's tomb. So make sure you get the right one, and then bring the hammer and the rock back to the fort. Signed, Grenseldeck, glorious chieftain of the Twisted Hearts.
would that be
You wrote
messed
that
up if
title in there
that
too?
Brynja was the
I would like
lover?
for you two to go ahead and roll me a knowledge local check if you happen to have it.
I do not. I don't have the skill points to throw into
Yeah.
fucking knowledge at the moment.
Neither do I.
What was it? Local?
Local.
Oof.
Oof. No. No. Not at all.
The sad part is I have points in planes and nature.
Yeah.
Because I'm a fighter and we don't get fucking skill points.
But if the hammer was referred to as Uskroth's, you would guess that the armor likely belonged to the selfsame person.
So,
So this-
also what's interesting is with these rock things, we probably should go find them so they don't send another person to do so. But I guess if we also have the hammer, then they still can't do what they need.
Yeah, all in
And
all, if
there
they need all
is
these
the
to
items.
be put together at once, then we have a piece of their puzzle.
You have
So
a piece
they
of the
have
puzzle.
to get through us, no matter what, to complete what they're doing.
So, that being said, the morning will come around. Ava, would you like to roll up some identify?
Yeah. Just a second here.
Good luck.
Good luck indeed.
Identify gives plus 20.
10.
10.
Plus 10. Alright.
Can we get some townies to give you some assist?
No, not
Spellcraft.
with this.
34.
34. And you are still stumped.
Oh,
Holy shit.
What you
Where are
have
you stumped?
before you can only be regarded as an artifact.
Yeah.
You are allowed to identify the little properties on it, such as you know it's likely somewhere in the area of a +2 impact warhammer, but the other functions of this item are still beyond you.
Ooh.
I know a way we can figure it out. Let's go use it.
Yup.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, I completely agree. Let's go smash something with it. See what happens. Where's that dead orc's body?
this
Let's
This
go
thing
hit
is probably cursed as hell, so feel free.
Well, you're holding it, so it's probably fine.
it. I'll hold it.
This
It's
is
fine. Holding it.
Don't give it to the bard.
She has a stick she pokes things with. She knows how this shit works.
But
Are
yes,
you strong
this
enough to hold this yet?
this appears to be a simple stone blacksmith's hammer. I would like you to give me a knowledge religion check.
Ooh,
Do that.
I'm untrained.
Also 18. But I can actually take that.
There is a symbol of a deity that you do not know of.
Oh my
On the
god, this is
side
gonna
of
be a
this
blood
hammer.
god!
I think it's time for us to go hit the books.
Starlin, do you happen to have knowledge religion?
Highly unlikely, because like I said, I'm a fighter. Don't get knowledge. So not
Fair
much.
enough. Alright. Well, you have questions,
Hold on. I see something back there.
and
Gochin,
Oh,
you
no,
should
that's
put all this armor on at once, and we need to go find something that looks holy or ritualistic, and you need to hit it.
he can't wear that armor.
Ooh,
Crap.
That armor. Ugh. I don't even know how you.
Yeah, I'm the
pronounce
only
this
one who can wear it.
thing.
I got Torag armor. I don't know if I'd ever take it off.
Especially for that, whatever that is.
I think this
It's
hammer's
a battered and well-used suit of half-plate.
There's gotta be something about it.
I'm sure it's interesting, but we should go bury it probably.
It could also possibly be reworked. Effectively in the morning, Hurst will visit you all at the Ramble House. Everyone sleep well?
I still remember these stains right over here. Athena, did I ever tell her the story about a young lady named Beatrice?
Wow.
God.
Wow. Anyhow.
Too soon.
Ones regain a charge a day, right?
Yes, they do. He kind of looks at you guys and it's like, you've earned plenty of rest and reprieve. We're going to be sending out scouts to double check to make sure that we're not under any secondary wave of forces. Was there anything that you guys had come across that might give us any further insights?
We found a letter.
Did you know?
Ava will hand it over.
Very well. Go ahead and take a look at this and speak with the town council. See what resources we have to gather some of our own information. Sort of thing further. I am on the understanding that you are under the current possession of that which was buried.
No.
What was buried?
We're like very defensive.
Namely the armor and
Was buried may never be buried.
namely the armor and weapon of the former giant chieftain that held this place as its dominion.
Oh wow.
Oh, that.
Yes, we're aware of it, though we don't know the full extent of its prowess. We were only told to make sure it did not leave those chambers.
Do you happen to know anyone, or even at least anyone in nearby lands that can possibly identify this thing? Ava can't really figure out what it is.
A Greek might be able to, but I think that I've heard stories. I'm not 100% sure on any of these details, but it was something my father told to me when the last heroes were around of this town. It's a hammer that is important to the giant kind because it is, in truth, an implement for a different artifact out in the lands. Some
Yeah,
sort
we
of...
pieced that together from the letter.
Okay, Ava, you can hold on to it. I don't want to be a target.
From what I've heard, it's meant to be able to unmake things.
Interesting.
Like oh god, what's the word?
Deconstruct.
Disassemble?
Possibly. If you want to give it a test out, you can always see what happens in Clamor. I'd rather it with you, and your lot for the time being. Clearly somebody's after it once more and knows that it exists. We thought that we buried it.
Disassemble?
Hmm?
Is it Johnny 5 disassemble?
Yeah, let's go take it over to Glamour. Well, I'm not going to say anything to Sarah because it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission.
You know you have a workstation there.
Yeah, but I just in case I do any explosions in there.
Ah, yes. Ah, yes. Okay, I see where this is going. All right.
Basically, yeah.
If there are any accommodations that the town can assist with, whether it be outsourcing for gear components, things of the nature, be sure to check with Sarah and Agreed. We might be able to help accommodate certain projects you have while we're out and about gathering information for ourselves.
I just want to go ahead and say that I'm getting strong Steve Urkel vibes from Gitchin.
Yeah. Yeah, I go with that.
So, effectively, friends, you're going to have a week to yourselves. What things would you like to accomplish in this time frame? There are a number of activities that you can be able to pursue. Sounds like a few ideas have started to brew.
Well, I need
Well,
money. So, I'm gonna go see Sarah. Coach's sister and offer to work for her for pay.
Fair enough. After about a day or two, when Kirst gives this offer in terms of aid in projects and things of that nature, that comes with a monetary stipend. While they can't just hand you raw coin, they can at least provide you with materials or services rendered up to about 2,000 gold.
So I could maybe get my armor spikes enchanted?
Quite possibly, yes. Sarah would be more than willing to help with that.
Dolgus will see the older druid about possibly getting Chompy fixed, and if not, then he needs to start performing last rites.
Or find out how many Xeno coins you need to get the animal companion revival token.
You mean the spell Raise Animal Companion, which has a 2,150 cost?
That's 110. That's 150 out of our budget.
We'll find out what the premium currency, how much that is.
So, we're gonna run down a little bit of a list, and we're gonna handle Chompy first, and then I'll go through each other player and see what kinds of things you want to work with.
The order of importance, understood.
Yes.
So, as you are looking around town in order to see about where Silvermane has gone, Silvermane doesn't speak, as you know, but when you ask if there is the possibility for him to be able to raise your dinosaur, he looks at you with sadness in his eyes and shakes his head. He would imply that without a scroll, it is beyond him.
So we need to all pitch in for the scroll.
It is during this time that the fortune teller would approach you. I happen to know what has transpired with your friend, as you left him in my care. I know that the passing of life is occasionally a difficult process to go through. I had a feeling that you may seek this path. So my question to you is, are you willing to go through the costs of what it is to bring someone back from that afterlife?
Dolgus doesn't hesitate. He nods.
Very well.
Before we resurrect him, does he come all wounds are healed?
No.
Will he have scars and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
He gets battle scars, yes.
Yes. Then I can facilitate the means. That being said, whether our druidic friend here is capable of weaving the magics, or you, is entirely on your own merits. Know that by bringing him back, he will not be the same as when you brought him with you. The memories will haunt him, and some things are lost when coming back from the brink.
Oh man, do we really want to
Are
do
you
that to
still
Chompy?
willing?
It's going to be Tark Chompy, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah, that screams
Let's go.
DC Universe. Lazarus
August, it
Pit.
takes a moment this time. He's not immediate about his response. Please, whatever you can do.
Understood. She draws out from her satchel a singular darkwood scroll tube and hands it to you.
August
May
will
the
take
fates
it.
smile on you. And that is her service for the town this week.
Not gonna lie, that made me a little nervous.
Well, now we have to roll the dice, and that's where things get weird.
So, for Silvermane to be able to cast this spell, he's going to just need to make a caster level check. Luckily, scrolls are not that hard. And
they
if
don't
he
necessarily
fails,
burn up unless you like bots or something.
Mhm. So, after that, first day, you and Silverbane visit Sanctuary. You are able to reserve a private room for the moment. The body of Chompy is prepared and is, as by the words of the clerics, in the condition that he was, but he is fresh. His wounds have been tended, at least to the ability that they are able. They're still clearly, he's been crunched. He got smashed into the ground. Like, there are severe bruises and stuff that, are present. He's a very wounded dinosaur. But after about a minute of channeling over the scroll, you can see a slow rise in Chompy's chest, as it seems life has been breathed back into the little animal.
You got your snaggers back.
Silvermane would rest a hand on the shoulder of Dolgus, look down with a soft but empathetic smile.
Long live
August is
Dark
also
Chompy.
nervous. He's kind of like leaning from one leg back to the other.
Long live Dark Chompy.
Seems that Chompy, lives. And first time he opens his eyes, there's just this weak little, raptor, clacking.
Chompy, buddy, can you hear me?
Execute Order 66.
Just kind of, weakly roars at you.
If it's downtime, Dolgus will, I guess, try and channel some healing energy now that he's alive again.
Yeah, I mean, he can be healed up, The priest will even help you with that, if you so let them. They have daily channels to spare, and Chompy can be restored to full health. He gets some energy back, but you note that Chompy's not nearly as rambunctious as he once was. He seems a bit more cautious. At least towards very loud noises and things bigger than him. But when you ask him where to eat, he does wag his tail still, and off you guys go.
Forever does choppy.
Moving on to beyond that. Gochin.
Sorry, I was muted. Lucas will leave, but he'll make sure that Chompy is taking his time rather than immediately bolting out the door.
Oh yes, no, Chompy actually waits for you to, like, be at his side anytime you go somewhere. Like, he's not bolting off anywhere. But we'll move to Gochin and Darlin. Hammer in hand, you make your way over to Clamor. What is it that you are seeking to accomplish?
1, employment for a little while to earn some gold. 2, get my armor spikes enchanted. So,
Right.
+1.
And try out that hammer on something.
No, Ava's not letting Gochin anywhere near that hammer.
Yeah.
Darlin has the hammer, does he not? Or is Ava
No, I
just
have
holding
the sword.
onto it? Well, I'm asking where who's keeping the hammer, I suppose.
Ava would have.
It does look like a smith's hammer.
Ava's not letting Gochin touch this thing. At least not until she can investigate further. If she can't
Then
find anything, she might be.
Gochin might just blow it up, you know?
Then I guess my question would be, what is Ava doing in order to research further?
She's gonna.
Because this may
There's no
decide
real-
course of actions for the boys.
There's no real library in town, is there?
There's no real library. Like, there's a library, but not like an arcane library or anything like that. There's not a
she's-
magical. Like,
She's
the
gonna go
closest
find
you're
her
gonna.
master.
Yeah, agreed. Which, ironically, is where the boys are going anyway. Because Clamor is currently closed until Sarah actually starts things back up. Because she was hit with the boulder.
Yeah, she was.
So you go to Gochin's house, actually. Where Agreed has kind of tidied the place up. The bachelor pad has never looked so clean. Yeah, Gochin, your entire vibe has been, like, completely cleaned up.
Okay.
Like, stuff's not where you left it. You know, like it's gotten a bit of a makeover. Not in like a, you know, it's unrecognizable, but definitely in like it smells different.
Oh man, I had everything organized, and then she fixed it.
Ah, shut up! No, you didn't. I left your room alone, so don't worry.
It just smells less like monkey in here.
Made some sandwiches if you're all looking for lunch.
Oh,
Ava just
okay,
sits
yeah.
down and grabs one.
Sandwich time.
So what are we looking
Is that
for?
what this is?
Ava puts the hammer on the table.
We're trying to figure out what that is.
What you have there is known as Agramosh. It is known as the Hammer of Unmaking, and is an item of great power that we put beneath the stone some 25 plus years ago. It is said.
Ava just slides a piece of paper over to her and taps it a couple times.
Do not look this item up, but I will put the actual name in the spoils.
Yeah, that's fine.
And Gochin's gonna ask, "Oh, why would they bury such a thing? This thing looks amazing."
Because of the fact that it is technically an item from an evil god of giants. While items don't intrinsically host the necessary alignment properties of their deities, they do infer certain tendencies.
Oh, if that's the case, then Gochen's gonna ask Ava to pull out that item that has what was it, that symbol on it, see if she can identify that symbol as well. If
The hammer has it.
Oh, it's the hammer. Okay.
The hammer, yeah.
The hammer is the known work of a god named... where'd it go? Minderhall. It's an older giant god.
Kick him right in the knitter hall.
You're not likely to know all of the properties of that weapon. Quite frankly, we don't either. We weren't told so much. I was only able to discern this much after several attempts at prying for information. I can tell you that it's not cursed. I can tell you that on basics, it's far more powerful than a normal weapon. It also has the capability of granting the wielder a heightened variant of enlarged person. And it lasts for quite a while. About 20 minutes, I would say. Secondarily, whenever the wielder of Agramosh were to strike a being of humanoid form in a particularly vital spot, there is a chance that that individual might shrink a size, much in the inverse of its ability to grant the wielder larger size. Beyond that, I'm not quite sure of its other capabilities. My guess would be they're tied to whatever secondary piece this is a match to. A tool has a workbench of sorts, would it not?
That's very interesting.
True to its name, my guess would be that it has some sort of unique qualities in the manner of, well, smithing and forging. Kind of looks at its, designated form. Until now, we were content to leave it buried, but it does not seem like we're going to be able to get away with that again.
It sounds like we're going to have to test it on a few different types of humanoids to find out what one it works on to do that special thing.
I'm sure it's most humanoids. If not all of them.
Oh.
Giants
Oh,
are
they're
counted
different.
amongst humanoid types, and they're relatively antagonistic to any small folk in their eyes. Be they halfling, be they goblin, or be they human. Giants have ever been the type to enslave smaller folk in order to do the lot of their work.
It's a very interesting item.
Were there other reasons you came to my abode today?
Ava holds up the food.
Yeah, that, and we're also waiting for a clamor to open back up.
Sarah's going to be out a few more days. She's actually upstairs. I don't see why that you wouldn't be allowed to work out of Clamor for the time being there, Gochin. If you need these spare keys, I've brought them over.
Oh, thank you.
I know you've got projects of your own that you wish to work on. Something about a particular extending axe of sorts?
Yes. I think I want to modify my axe to make it a little bit larger and then make it be able to extend Because now that I have this new item, I'm gonna show her my what is it, the gauntlets?
Yeah.
I'm able to carry heavier weapons now.
Is that so? As a as a reminder of how those gauntlets exactly work, they
Lock.
effectively. So just as a reminder of how inappropriately sized weapons work. A medium humanoid could use a one-handed large weapon as a two-handed weapon. They cannot use a large two-handed weapon unless they've got a special feature like the Titan Mauler Barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
So you could use a large longsword, which could be wielded one-handed, as a two-handed weapon.
Oh, okay. So not a large two-handed weapon.
Correct. You can't take a
Okay.
large great sword and use that, because you do not have, like, what Titan Mauler does.
I see. Okay.
This allows you to effectively pick up, like, a giant's longsword, a giant's, rapier, or some other somewhat, unwieldy one-handed weapon and use it as, without the penalty that you would.
I see.
But it's still a fairly nice item.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Me,
yes.
on the other hand, I'm looking to get. And I take the spikes that I have in my backpack, put them on the table. Looking to get these enchanted.
I could probably manage that within a few days.
And I will leave them in your care.
Just the primary enchantment.
Yep, just the primary thing. Make them magical and sparkly.
Very well.
Oh, if you're gonna do that for him, when you're done with that, can you actually do that with mine as well? Axe.
Quite possibly. Shouldn't be shouldn't be more than a couple days.
He asked her a question.
Are you wanting this for the thing that you currently have, or the thing you're gonna try to, work on?
Oh, for the thing I'm going to work on.
Alright, we'll get that done first, and then I'll consider it.
Okay.
Well, I guess we'll get the run of your sister's shop while she's on a commission coach, and maybe we can make even more fun things.
Oh, yes.
Just remember, if you break it, Sarah's going to take it out of you.
Yeah, if we break it, Gojin bought it. Got it. Takes the sandwich and starts to leave.
She just kind of chuckles a little.
You can't break it either.
Sorry, what? I can't hear you over my loud chewing. Those darn dwarven manners.
If you don't chew your food loudly at a dwarven table, you're being impolite.
Exactly.
Might I ask what you intend on doing with Skroth's armor?
Who might sell it? Because, I mean, I'm the only one who could wear, like, heavy armor.
Do you like the qualities of it?
I do, but I also like
The Torag armor.
the Torag. It's Torag. He's a dwarf god.
So, would you like to spend some time and resources in order to infuse your current armor with Uthskroth's qualities?
Sure. I got nothing else to fucking do. I'm not a magic caster, so I ain't got no spells to do.
It would consume the broken greatsword that you found down below, as
That's in
well
my
as
possession,
Uthskroth's
yeah.
armor.
That's fine.
Is the party okay with this?
I have no use.
yeah.
I have no use for it.
That's fine.
Okay. Then we have a weak skill challenge for you. That being said, it seems that these few individuals' courses are determined for the moment. Ava, now that you know what the hammer does, are you willing to let any of your other party members use it for the time being, considering you are not a martial class?
Oh yeah, but if Gochin's going to take it, she's going to have words with him about not breaking fancy magical artifacts. And if he ever feels the urge to cave in the heads of other party members or his own, to stop and let us know first.
I was honestly thinking
you
that
hear
Darlin might
voices-
use it.
If you hear voices, let us know.
My whole thing is about running into shit.
It's true, but do you have to have your hands free to do that?
No, but it's the spiked destroyers with action attack,
Hmm.
and then
I'll put it this way. It's a 2d6 one-handed weapon. In medium form.
check something here.
It's between you and Gochin, because you're the only two that would use it.
And then it has, or is impact included in that? Make it 2d6.
That is including the impact.
Okay.
Impact makes it 2d6 at medium. At large, it makes it 3d6.
Yeah, darling, that could be all you. Once I get large, my axe also does the 3d6 also.
It does also, as a weapon, give you the ability to make yourself large.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
take
that's
it.
true, that
I'll
would be
I'll
really good
hold
for
on to
you.
it for now.
Especially to increase your DC or your combat.
Yeah, it does. That's what I was just thinking of.
And if you crit with it, you get to make people smaller. Let me just go ahead and give you guys the information you actually know about it. And I'll put this in Spoils of War for the purposes of what this does. There you go.
Because I mean, those instances where I can't try to fucking overrun something, I have a decent hammer to smack shit with.
Yeah, fair enough. So Ava, now that you know what this is, how are you spending the rest of your week?
She's gonna see if there's if somehow they have managed to recover any decent scrolls. Otherwise, I think she is going to try and scribe a scroll or two.
Fair enough. You have a week in order to do some stuff. So
Putting it into her book, I should say.
let me know what that list looks like, what you're seeking, and we can go ahead and talk about that on the side. And I suppose that leaves us with our Bard and our Magus. After about... Well, what are you guys doing for the first couple days there, Sylph?
As the camera pans to look for Sylph amongst Chiternau, he finds him standing beside a building talking to Jess. In mid-conversation, Sylph's like, oh, and Gochin got all big, was like, Pah! And killed this giant freaking skeleton thing, and it fell down. And then Darlin got all big, was like, Pah! And killed this big golem guy. And then he remembered that he wanted to go and talk to Ruby about doing patrols around the border to keep things safe for any more patrols and attacks.
Jess is definitely enthralled by your story. And appreciates you having stopped by to check on her. And understands that, if there's something that you need to do, then, you should go do it.
Yes. I just wanted
And
to make sure
Ruby
that
would-
she knew the story.
She's absolutely happy to hear the story.
Yay.
It's, rare that somebody actually comes by and hangs out for an extended period of time and repeatedly.
Great minds.
Flags unlocked.
But yeah, I
But,
wanted to go to
Ruby
Ruby
would-
and see. Yeah, I just want to do like patrols, see if she could give me more tips on like gunslinging, or if she could improve my gun in any way to like help me be a better ranged bard.
She can see about looking at your current loadout and your requisitioned things. If you wish to help the Blackened Blades with scouting around the walls, she's
Yes.
more than happy to have the help on deck. Although she does say you more than earned your rest. You can take some time off if you so chose.
Oh no, nope. I have to keep going, or it leaves me to my thoughts, and I don't like that.
Understood. You can go ahead and ride out with Almost for the time then.
Yay! Featherfall guy.
In that in between, you would about 4 or 5 days out, you would come to that creeping realization and the memory of that night that you and Roddy had, and remember the scroll of which was used at that time, and just exactly the circumstances as to how that all went down as the charm fades away.
Still's in mid conversation with Ruby, and he's like, and so I was sitting there just staring at this way.
This would be at Almost.
Oh, at
This would
Almost,
be you
yeah.
on patrol.
Right. And there I was, aiming at this bird, and... Oh. Where the hell is Roddy?
Probably back at home, resting up from getting his ass kicked by giants and orcs.
Did you mean Sylph? I will return. And Sylph starts strolling towards Roddy's house.
We're out on patrol. Where you going, lad?
Nowhere. And he just keeps going.
You can't just abandon us right now.
Morals, you're right. He turns around and goes back and explains to Omas about why he's pissed off because he was charmed and not the one doing the charming.
How you explained it?
Yeah. And this whole time, Roddy was the problem.
Sounds like the boy fucked up is what he did.
Well, I would say he let me at least run away.
I think that if he wanted you dead, he would have killed you.
True. He is an agile boy.
I'm just saying. Look at the trail that he led. If he wanted for something more than just to be recognized, you wouldn't have survived. None of your friends would have.
But did he have to be so climactic? He chose the most craziest of scenarios.
And, you and him aren't too different. You're both flamboyant, if you don't mind me saying.
Good sir, I'm a muse touch.
And good sir, you know he's a bard that writes fucking poetry, right?
Ah. Good man.
He's a drama kid, no different than you. He's got his own troubles, aye. Where he, may have relations with a number of the town. None of them have necessarily been anything anyone would necessarily call friends. More people that want things.
Yeah, I guess now we know who in our party we need to look to turn traitor.
Oh, I won't betray anybody.
Exactly what someone who betrayed us would say.
Nobody was suspect Eva.
Look at it.
Yeah, as Ava twiddles her fingers.
Oh,
He's
you don't
over-
realize that if it has to be enchanted yet?
Hmm?
I said they haven't realized that Ava's got to be enchanted yet?
Look at it this way. anything you say to him probably isn't going to do anything worse than than he's already feeling.
Very true. Very
His
true.
brother is dead, and he was partially to blame for it. What do you think's going on in his head?
Probably a lot of sad and pain.
He did something that he can never take back. And is now gonna live with that. And
that's
while
why
he
I
might
can
put
do
on a
that.
brave smile, do you really think he likes himself right now?
Probably not. We have a lot in
No,
common, I guess.
Dad, Jesus. I did it. God.
That is Sylph too. Just dang it, you're
I
right.
won't pick on Timmy anymore.
I'm just saying, I've known the boys since they were little. And if I can tell you anything, while Roddy might not necessarily like the way that things go from day to day in Trunau, and wishes for the bigger high society life, he's done nothing but romanticize the stories of old. He loved his brother, he loves his family, even if he's a bit, eccentric about it. But he's a damn idiot. He gets an idea in his head, and he runs with it to the ends of the earth, and doesn't let it go.
Sylph just gets chills down his back and remembers the spiders and all the plague rats.
He's got a good heart, and it's in the right place. And if he can hide his faults, he's going to.
Well,
But-
I guess this one will slide then.
I'm not saying you can't go back and punch him in the face.
Oh, I'm punching him in the face. That's happening.
But I am saying that anything you've already got to say, very likely feels himself. And maybe, but Cursed is as keen as I think he is, and I've known him to be, his dad's already given him an earful himself. And Ruby might as well exile him at this point, if she knows.
I probably
I'd
would
hate
not
to see
tell
it happen.
Ruby.
But I understand. Just leveling with you, since you have done so much to help the town, being a stranger and all. Just
Well,
words
thank
from
you,
an old
Lost.
man. You're welcome, Sylph.
It was needed.
Thank-
It'll be
thank
a
you
lighter
for coming
punch in the
out and
face.
But you guys can continue your patrol. We're going to move to Ethna real quick. How would you like to spend your week?
I think I need to figure out this mimic. little
Yes. The little
My
mimic.
the little friend.
Over the course
The
of the
little
week,
buddy that's gonna eat her.
over the course of the week, you will be able to get the assistance of Sanctuary, should you need it, in order to remove his weakness thanks to the Shadow Rats. In fact, everybody who has damage may go ahead and remove it, as Sanctuary will kind of tend to your ability damage and such unless you have Drain.
So I can bring my strength back up?
Yes, you may.
Oh, yay. I can wear
Sanctuary-
clothes again.
He's been walking around in like a rag tied around his waist, like I just don't have the strength.
Just a maple leaf covering my goods.
But yes,
Like your pilot naked
you,
religion in Crusader Kings 3.
you can certainly have your stats back, but they would help you get the mimic restored, although they are a little like weirded out by it. The mimic doesn't say much over the course of like the week. It doesn't seem to know too many phrases, but it does seem to like books.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And not in a like it eats your book, but more like anytime it sees
It
you
wants
pull
to
out your
do
spell
that.
book in order to like prepare your spells, it like looks at it and then like nudges it, and you've had to like kind of move it back, but seems interested in reading.
Cool.
Beyond that, while it knows help, friend, it also understands shiny, secret, and a few other like commonplace words. You get the idea that this mimic, has the capacity to hold things, sure, but exactly how much and whether or not it's safe to do so, that isn't 100% figured out. Not sure the limitation of how much you would try to test that, considering that as a wanderer yourself, you've usually traveled fairly light.
Mm.
Is there anyone that you would like to get the assistance of to try to like do anything in particular with the mimic, or
See if you can put a kid inside of it.
No.
Oh.
It will eat the kid,
Well, then we'll know.
and then you'll be a murderer.
The box
In the
will be
town.
the murderer. the box
Oh,
will
no.
be the murderer.
No, she
Or we
won't be.
test
'cause
out
you
the
put it
hammer
in there.
on it.
Not gonna hit it. She wants to keep it as a pet. That has been made obvious.
It's like, hey kid, I heard your mom calling in that box. And then if he goes in there, it's his fault, not ours.
So no, we're the good guys, all right?
God damn it,
It'll
you're
still be our fault
So-
if he survives.
The one thing Gochin is truly a master of is not blacksmithing, but being able to find all the Christmas presents weeks before Christmas.
I knew they were in the linen closet.
so? What are you thinking there?
What options do I have? Because I'm not fairly certain on who I'd go to.
Agreed is knowledgeable about magical things. There's a fortune teller that has kind of been your base of contact for things within the town. If you're just trying to treat it like a general like animal slash pet, it just will take some time to get the understandings of its basic needs. After a couple days, it doesn't seem like it necessarily needs to eat per se, as it hasn't like made mention of like wanting to eat anything. It just seems curious in general after like the first couple days.
Let's talk to the fortune teller, maybe?
Okay, what questions do you have for Valana?
I guess a general idea of it, because I don't know. I don't know much about it.
Well, the extent of what she can tell you about a mimic is that most mimics, they get a bad rap from people for being effectively traps in dungeons or other instances where they have items. They collect items, they eat people, different things like that. There are subsections of mimics that have developed weird mutations, but normally a mimic is a creation of someone trying to do something arcane-wise. In this event, this mimic is a very small but oddly growing kind of mimic. As you said, akin to a youth, although they're not natively known to do so. She suspects that you've probably got something that will require nurturing to a certain degree, or at least encouraging to grow in a certain fashion, and will likely develop based off of how you handle it. It seems generally neutral in temperament. It doesn't seem particularly dangerous. She notes that its dull teeth likely means that it is incapable of even performing a mimic's basic bite attack at this current stage. They usually have a sticky kind of grabbing situation. Mimics will normally be able to grapple creatures. That's how they are able to maintain proximity to anything that is dumb enough to try to interface with stealing something from it in its shape-shifted form. But it's seems that the goo that it would normally use to do so is not consistent enough in order to perform such a grapple. So, all in all, mimics are known for coveting treasures and unique things, or, just taking on things. It seems that its speech is not fully in effect, but mimics have the capacity to learn all sorts of languages given time.
So I need to treat it like a child, read to it, teach it how to talk, and just basically raise it.
To a certain degree.
Boy, that's awesome.
It does seem that she'll like kind of look it over, and effectively it looks like the interdimensional storage capability that mimics kind of have, the ability to just hold more than what their mass actually seems, is in some form of an effect. It seems that the mimic has about as much space as a bag of holding type 1. For you, and what that means, I will post this link just so that way you've got an idea of what that entails. Dang it. As a Type 1 bag of holding, the Mimic is capable of holding up to 250 pounds worth of materials in a 30-foot cubic space. She would explain to you that you just need to ask the Mimic to assume its item form, in this case, a chest, and you will be able to open it like a normal chest and take things out and put things in as per normal storage.
Useful, I guess. Since I don't carry much.
In
when I
this,
acquire
in this instance, the Mimic itself only weighs 15 pounds.
I was hoping he'd be tiny because I was carrying him on my back.
Yes, he's not very. The Mimic is not very heavy. They, but they do seem to still be growing.
Okay. So I would assume I will have to carry it where it needs to go, or does it actually have or it could transform into something that could move, I would assume.
Mimics themselves have 10 feet of movement, typically. So it can move under its own power. It's just not very fast. And for a mimic to move, like they do that like box hobble kind of thing.
Yeah, so that's pretty slow.
Mm-hmm. You are 3 times faster than in it, but it can move at a casual pace.
So when needing to run, pick up the box. Got it.
Yes.
Or just attach him to my back forever. Just build a strap of some sort. I know those are working. So
Get him a wagon.
or get him a wagon.
Get him a Red Rider.
Oh, I know. I know who would benefit for the heavy load belt. Shiba! Because then she could have him on her back.
You could also make a harness that could help carry the mimic, yes.
I guess that's the next thing I'm gonna do. Is I'll just go make a mimic crap.
You can get a harness that is set up. It effectively would take the place of a backpack, so to speak.
Okay, well, he's basically a backpack, so I don't need the backpack no more.
This is true, and since he can
or
mimic it,
or she, whatever the gender is, neutral.
because mimics do not procreate or make other mimics, they're genderless. Yep.
So they.
Yep.
I'm probably still going to genderize it though.
Once you show the mimic effectively a traveler's pack, it can shapeshift into a traveler's pack. So you can wear it like a backpack.
So show him my backpack, chuck my backpack, turn him into a backpack.
Basically.
So yeah, I guess I'll do that and maybe read to it a little bit during the week. Try and get it to understand some more language. So it can talk.
You need to reach to it constantly.
Fair. Is there anything you would like to do with Malakt or other, Magus-y kind of things?
Is there any spells within the town that I can go and read to learn?
You can certainly hang out with Ava, as she's also looking for spells a bit, and her master seems to be the repertoire of magical items and doodads. So,
Okay.
if there are spells...
Is Malakt got anything he wants to tell me, or it wants to tell me?
Malakt thinks that you two need some more combat training.
I would agree with that.
He kind of noted that it seems that they're fancy guardsman man. Yeah. I think that we should go tango with him a bit.
I guess.
He seemed right up our alley. And I mean, like, the magic and spells and the blades and the smash. Yeah.
Then yeah, I'll go battle a guardsman for a bit.
Effectively, you'll find that Cursed Graph happens to also be a magus, though not of the Black and Blade variety. It seems he is a bit versed in the magi arts as well. If you would like, you can take the week in order to train with him a little bit, and he might be able to share some spells from his spellbook as well.
Then I will do that.
And I will go ahead and make up a small little document for you the next time we play to kind of help give a flowchart of some of the combos that Maguses can put together. I'll probably get Andrew's take on it before I send it over, but as a helping hand to, get some ideas.
Magus is like my second or third favorite class.
Mm-hmm. Get some ideas as to some combos, some spells that'll help out here and there, and we'll go ahead and add to your list. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Don't ask me for help unless you want to build something silly.
Like what, the card flinging Magus, like Gambit?
Yeah, because I know that way. Deadly Dealer is an awesome feat. I hate to tell you this, but just great.
It's certainly
You're
fun.
Gambit. You're basically playing Gambit. Let's hear it.
Yeah. You could be, Darlan, the human cannonball.
That being said, Sylph would return from his scouting missions, having found suitable evidence that there is not likely an impending attack, at least in current form. There's nothing hiding in the wings, so Trunau may be able to breathe easy for a small time. Coming back into town, is there anything you'd like to do there, Sylph? Got about a day or two?
Definitely gonna go and punch Roddy in the face.
Yeah, so he's just hanging out at the longhouse. Knock on the door. The maids kind of let you in. He is walking towards the kitchen. You just kind of see him. He looks up and waves.
And I just walk up and punch him in the face. And then I stand him up and I give him a hug.
Okay.
Up to your feet.
nice
Up to your
to
feet, dear boy.
Nice to see you too. You hit like a girl.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, yeah, you do have like what?
8.
8 straight? You do hit like a small child.
I do, but at least I knocked Roddy out into his ass.
You are as strong as Ava.
I understand what you had to do. But man, you could have at least communicated a little bit better.
He kind of like looks to the ground with that like, yeah. You have my apologies. I get a little in my own head.
Now,
Everything just kind of happened so fast. I was really just trying to work through it as I went. For any measure, I'm glad that you and your friends made it through.
in a sense, we did lose a dear friend. We brought him back. But he's gonna be scarred eternally.
There are many of us that are going to be scarred. Many people in Trunau lost their families and or places of business.
And
We
you
took
had to
on the
live with
cave
that.
giant. Yeah. That entire platoon didn't make it.
Now, what else do we have to fear now? Like this hammer, we found a hammer. That's an artifact. Like, what were you protecting down there? Like, and why? Who was trying to steal it?
That other geode's effectively a map. One of 2 pieces.
To what?
Famed giant slayer tomb.
Ah. So now we have to go and figure this bigger problem out.
From what I've heard going around the Longhouse, it seems that they've picked up on a couple pieces of extra information that we weren't too aware of. They're planning on bringing everybody together tomorrow. Guess we'll know tomorrow.
I guess so. We're gonna need to be equipped if we're gonna have to go figure this out.
He nods.
And Sylph nods back.
And I suppose that we can collect everybody for the tomorrow. But first...
Level 5?
But first... No, not level 5. Darlin, you've got a project. Gochin, you have a project. So you're both trying to make something fancy. We've got ourselves a good old skill check. Skill challenge of
I
sorts.
think our version of good old is not the same.
Gochin, you're trying to make what? A like orc giant axe or something?
Oh no, since finding out that it didn't work the way I wanted to, so we're just gonna go back to trying to make the elongated weapon. So I have to make it reach first, and then I can make it spring loaded later.
You can do it all right now, buddy. You've got a week.
Oh, I can't. Okay. All right. So yeah. So I'll work on making the axe.
What's the
into a
base
stretch
weapon?
Limousine.
What's the base weapon you're working off of?
The great axe.
Great axe, just a normal old great axe.
Oh, the masterwork one.
Well, I mean, you're making it from scratch designs.
Oh yeah.
You're working from the beginning.
Yeah.
You're going to make your own masterwork item.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what I'm going to need from you. You have both profession and craft, yes?
Yes.
All right. First, in order to make sure that your designs are sound, I'm going to need a craft check from you.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
Well, luckily, making the designs the easiest part. Now it's whether or not you can actually do anything with it. Because the Forge is giving you a +2 on your crafting checks, as it is a veritable assistant force. You've got plenty of materials, you've got plenty of tools, and once you've got this set, about a day or two in, even your sister stops by to see what you boys are working on. So, Darlin, you've got the hammer in hand. Your intent is to layer in the details of the Uskroth's armor into the Torag armor.
Pretty much.
Alright. Your first step is likely going to be to get an ingot reinforced by magic out of the greatsword, as you're going to need something in order to work with to supplement the magic that'll be required to keep that enchantment in place. So I need from you a profession blacksmith check. Easy enough. As you work through the first day, you're able to basically melt down the greatsword into a viable ingot for work later. It's the foundation, and without it, you weren't going to be able to make much progress. Day 2 of you two crafting is when Sarah comes in, sees what you all are working on, and is more than happy in order to help where she can. Gochin, with your designs at least laid in place, you're going to need to make the base of the weapon. I'm going to need another craft check from you.
You can do it, Gochi.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
You make no progress today, and you ruin the materials that you have at hand. Seems like this is going to be a bit more of a difficult project than you initially anticipated.
Yep. I guess if you're gonna roll a 1, do it in the beginning, not towards the end.
Darlin, today you're going to need to strip Uskroth's armor down to its basic foundations. I'm going to require a craft armorsmith check from you in order to get it down to the components you need. With precision and experience of age, you take apart Uskroth's armor. It seems that the work of giants is not too dissimilar from the work of dwarves. An interesting thing to note. Day 3, you are going to continue your projects. Gochin, I'm going to need a craft check for you to be able to build the base of this weapon.
You can do it, Gochi.
Today you make some decent progress. You get the blade forged after, much, needling through items and things of that nature to find the right metals. It seems that maybe, just between, working with somebody else and, Sarah kind of stopping in, maybe it got to your nerves. Darlin, with the components that you have today, now it's going to be figuring out how you are best able to apply them to make sure that the enchantment sticks with your current work of Torag. Today I'm going to need a profession blacksmith check as you lay the foundation for the armor going ahead. You're not 100% certain as to whether or not this is going to work the way that you intend, but you've got somewhat of a game plan at play. Day 4. Gochin, today's the day that you're actually going to need to make the masterwork component to it. The haft of this great axe, which is going to be a little complicated as you're trying to make it spring-loaded, as well as, having the normal reach that a great axe entails without losing the strength required to give it everything you've got. I'm going to require a craft check from you.
Okay. Ooh.
You manage to be able to put work into this masterwork component. You've got your pieces in play. Now you'll be looking to get it set up as needed. Today, Agreet stops by with your spikes there, darling, and says, "I've got them all enchanted for you, as requested. I hope your crafting endeavors are going well in here, boys."
For the most part,
Yeah,
I have a plan of how to merge these two armors, but I can see if that works.
Well, I wish you luck. Today will be a craft check from you, darling, as you do try to execute on your plan. It's a little shaky, but we'll see whether it pans out.
Sorry, I had to answer somebody. What'd you say to me?
I will need a craft check from you as you see if your plan pans out. It seems that everything comes into place as you're, needing. You've got the components in. You used the effective bones of Uskroth's armor in order to, underpin where your melted down ingot will go in order to maintain the enchantments and breathe life into them where Torag needs. Day 6.
Yeah.
Right? 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, day 5. Sorry.
Death.
Death?
Death.
Ah. Day 5.
Death.
Greater vampirism on the weapon.
So, Gochin, today is the day that you actually have to put together the item and make sure that it stays together. I'm going to require a craft check from you as you try to place these two components together.
All right. Clank.
You make no progress, but you do not ruin the product.
Whew.
It seems that the current items that you have, you basically cannot find the inspiration to properly merge these two pieces where the head's not going to fly off at the first natural one that you roll.
Oof. Yeah, that'd be no bueno. Unless you can use a projectile in that way.
Darling, today is the day that you're going to actually have to melt down the ingot and set the enchantment in place. I'm going to require a profession check from you as you try to do this expertly using what tools you have at your disposal. It seems to go well enough. You can sense that the magic is there and that, the armor isn't ruined at its current pace, but you're going to need another day to keep an eye on it to make sure that it doesn't just fade overnight. Day 6 rolls around.